Okay, hey, welcome back to another Black City Coffee vlog. Today we're at Hacea Coffee Source, and I'm going to give you guys a little tour. We're here picking up coffee, and we have two new coffees that I'll show you guys later. Yay! Hi, how are you?
My name is Jared Hales, and we are at Hacea Coffee Source. This is our tasting room and warehouse where we accommodate local pickups and deliver out to roasters.
Show me something.
I have your coffee right here, 20 kg bag, super cute.
Very cute.
Cupping room, tasting room. This
Okay.
is where we do all of our classes. It's also my workspace. We do our sample roasts in here.
Oh, yeah.
Cluttered from our classes last weekend. But,
Yeah, you do classes. Could you share more about that?
Yeah, we do. Right now we're doing a tasting class focused mostly on like cupping, the cupping process. And then we do a brewing class, so look at extraction and what variables, we control to affect extraction of coffee with brewing it. And we do a roasting class, home roasting class.
I've taken them all.
Yes, you have. The home roasting class is pretty straightforward. We talk a lot about roast theory. We look at roast defects, kind of like the rules, and then when to break them, kind of a thing. And we do a demo on that Be-More.
Be-More. I always thought it was Bay-More. Got it.
Be-More. I'm not sure.
Who knows?
Joe Ben-More.
How long have you been here?
We've been in this location since June of 2020.
2020.
Yes,
Yeah, that's
June
right. You guys
2020.
launched during the pandemic.
We did. Aside from that, we are essentially a logistics business, and logistics have been thrown in the air.
Logistics. Yeah.
So we've been dealing with getting on a boat is a difficulty, getting a container of coffee onto the ships.
Yeah.
It's been a challenge to get coffee here at a reasonable rate. That went to the port. It didn't get onto a ship for a month. It went from port to Panama Canal to a Mexican port and then to the U.S. port. So every port, delays.
As I'm learning, as I'm like, wait, these numbers are really, wow, is that?
You have to move a lot of coffee.
a lot. And I'm like, well, I did ask for scale, right? So, but I have something for you before I forget. Okay, so this is the Indo. Okay, cool. And then this is the Maserati. Cool. So this is what it did at light. And this is what this did at medium dark.
Yeah, okay.
So
this looks good for light.
It looks good? Okay.
Yeah.
I mean,
the goal of a sample roast is not necessarily to
roast it perfectly.
Get the most out of coffee. The goal of the sample roast is to taste the green coffee, right?
Yes.
The raw product essentially that you're about to buy. So really, every time that we cup, it's much lighter than what the coffee is probably most enjoyable at.
Okay.
Mostly because we want to taste any negative flavors in that coffee.
But at least we could see from the color, and get your take.
This looks good. Internal color is what matters most.
Okay.
And this is pretty light.
Okay.
So I think that this will be adequate for cupping, but probably won't end up being the best tasting when you're gonna brew it with a filter or pour overs, whatever.
All right, so when I'm cupping for green, I've guessed this already, but it's like I want to see what's wrong. I want to check it.
You're checking, yeah. I mean, that kind of sounds.
It depends, I guess, your goal. But if I'm going to potentially buy a coffee, I want to see if there are any defects, like you said.
Right.
And then if the cup quality matches what I'm looking for, obviously.
Right, and the price.
And that's basically the main goal of cupping, to buy.
Correct.
Okay.
Yes. And every cupping that we do, we fill out the SCA cupping form.
And you score it.
We score the coffee. We also evaluate the physical character of the coffee, so looking for visible defects. Checking density, moisture content,
We're finally getting yeses instead of nos.
Yeses from who, Ryan?
From the city, from the lease owner, whatever, the owner of the building.
You're learning how to pitch it.
How to talk, yes, I'm learning the language. Oh, wow, you have a lot this time.
This is our green coffee warehouse. I mean, this warehouse still has been...
How many pounds do you move?
As of today, we're moving, I don't know, 150 bags
Whoa.
a month.
A month. You ever like stand on top of there? I'm king of the world.
CrossFit gym, you know, to assist in.
Hey, that's new too.
Yeah. This is from Rwanda.
I just bought a very special coffee from you. And
Two special coffees.
2 special coffees. Yeah, that's right. That was pretty special. Could you explain the macerated process?
Absolutely. So you grab the carbonic macerated natural from Juan Pablo in Ciudad Bolivar in Colombia. So what he does is he takes his cherries, it's a Caturra variety,
Yeah.
and he puts his cherries into a pretty large stainless steel tank. Then he uses either nitrogen or CO2, and he actually puts a small amount of pressure into the tank. Then what happens is the cherries are essentially compressed under their own weight, not necessarily the pressure. Pressure is really to remove all of the oxygen from the tank.
Is that where the macerated comes from?
Yes.
Got it.
It's in the weight. It's in the weight. So the idea, this is a technique in winemaking where the grapes, or in this case coffee cherries, they're what's called macerated, and they experience fermentation at like a cellular level.
Yeah, I think that flavor that these fermentation or experimental coffees are super special. Like they have that really...
Right. But I think the batch you got was, I think 3 days before it's removed, and then it gets dried like a natural process. So it's essentially an added step in a natural process.
Got it. That's why it's sweeter than, say, that Ecuador one that I had was an anaerobic fermentation process, but they wash it.
So they may have done the same fermentation step,
but then washed
and
it.
Then washed it.
Instead of depulped it and washed it. Yeah. Okay, cool. And then what's up with this Indo? Like, why is it like...
So Sumatra is an island in Indonesia, right? So this farm is on Sumatra, up in the northern area. Essentially, they're a very large farm, family farm, but it's like 200 hectares.
Wow.
Yeah, there's some of the, I mean, you can imagine a very big family.
Yeah.
And some of them live here in LA, and that's how we made that connection. Some of the family members that live here. But they are, kind of forward thinkers, and so they've been experimenting with different varieties in their farm and different coffee processing.
I see.
So that's why you're seeing Rasuna variety is a little bit different.
I've never heard of it. Yeah.
And natural process is a bit different coming from Indonesia.
Yeah, there's no hint of that very earthy sort of like, or even the tobacco thing is like really, really just not even there until you get into something really dark.
Right.
So I was like, cool.
The profile is totally different.
I dig it. Yeah.
Unique. I think we have about 30 coffees right now available. Not only so that local roasters can distinguish themselves based on their preferences, but also so that we have a ton of options for hobby roasters. So we kind of like to balance between consistent larger lot offerings and kind of more seasonal special lots that they come and then they go, and if you didn't grab it, you'll have to wait until next summer. The coffee itself is seasonal, right? So I think a lot of people expect to have the same coffee year round, but that's just not the way the world operates. You know? The coffee at the farm is produced, it's shipped, and it's gone until next year. So, and then even next year it may taste different depending on what the weather.
Just like wine.
Yep, just like wine.
Yeah, just like wine.
So we always recommend roasters have kind of a balance of consistency and seasonality.
Got it.
So we usually do that
consistency and
strategically with what coffees we offer. So we might recommend a Colombian coffee for consistency, and then we might recommend like that carbonic macerated as a seasonal offering.
I see.
So just like we get it and it sells out, then you can pick it up, roast it until it sells out, and people can't get it until next year. We say it all the time, if the farm is not winning, then it's not business that we want to do. If we're not winning, then it's not business.
Gotta be a win-win.
And then if you're not winning, it's not business we want to do. Everybody has to win, and so everybody has to communicate what they need to win, right? And then if we can all kind of get together and agree on that, then there's really no reason why we can't all win. Yeah, if you're looking for high-end green coffee, we sell, by the pallet, by the bag. We break it down into single-pound bags or 20-kilo bags, and you can shop everything that we're offering on our website, haceacoffee.com. If you need any other information or larger volumes, you can reach out to us at connect@haceacoffee.com.
Cool. Thank you so much.
Thank you, Meg.